Hey, this is 82. Sir Patrick Stewart sings with joy and dons a straw hat and cowboy boots while enjoying a horse ride on his birthday.
Katie Price's ex, Kris Boyson, has been dating Jamie O'Hara's ex-fiancé for weeks.
Seeing double. Tipping Point viewers seriously distracted as Eastenders legend makes game show debut. Hello and welcome to another episode of Barely Contained, the celebrity journalism podcast that will not promise to cut tax or improve public services, but has pledged to make a small woo sound effect whenever we do a story on ghosts. I'm Kris Beckett, and I'm happy to endorse and introduce Matt Withers. Matt.
Hello there, Kris.
Hello.
I think that's a comment on the, just a comment on the Conservative leadership battle, which by the time that people listen to this, they may be onto another one.
Yeah, maybe. Who can tell?
But otherwise, I am tickety-boo, Kris. How are you?
Yeah, not bad. Not bad, thank you.
Kris, do you have any stories from the world of online celebrity show business journalism to bring to not just me, but the listeners?
You know, it would be a short episode if I didn't.
Gratifyingly so.
I do have this one from the Mail Online, and the headline is, "Hey, this is 82. Sir Patrick Stewart sings with joy and dons a straw hat and cowboy boots while enjoying a horse ride on his birthday."
Oh, there's a lot going on there. I should say this is his age, 82. Sir Patrick Stewart has not gone doolally and doesn't know what year this is.
Yeah, exactly. Hey,
what
year is this?
He's astonished. He's seen a mobile phone for the first time and a PlayStation.
Sir Patrick Stewart was certainly living long and prosperously on Wednesday as he enjoyed a fun-filled horse ride on his 82nd birthday.
Terrible intro.
Well, you'll see how terrible it is. The X-Men actor sang and beamed with joy as he enjoyed a ride on a white horse in a heartwarming video shared on his Instagram as he marked his big day.
Uh-huh.
Now, I don't know about you, but when I was a reporter, if I made like a bit of a tenuous, pun or observation in my intro, I'd probably follow it up explaining it.
Yeah, that's it. So he's living long and prosperously. That must be an allusion to a major role with which he is heavily identified. Second par, the X-Men actor.
Yeah, exactly. The star who is trod the boards in Waiting for Godot. Patrick was dressed perfectly for the occasion, donning a straw hat and cowboy boots as he rode along in the countryside. I'm not sure straw hat is perfect kind of cowboy attire, do you think?
I'd say a retired cowboy, perchance. But yeah, in general, in Westerns, they don't tend to rock up for battle in a straw hat, do they?
Cowboy who occasionally like watching Yorkshire in the cricket.
Yeah, that was a very niche genre. It didn't last a very long time.
The Star Trek veteran was heard belting out the classic Bing Crosby track, "Don't Fence Me In," as he trotted past on the animal while soaking up the sunshine.
Yeah, on the animal. You can't use horse twice.
God, what am I going to say? He teamed his hat and boots with a khaki shirt and jeans, finishing off his equestrian look with a pair of black leather gloves.
Always associate a pair of black leather gloves with the equestrian look.
Yes, not perhaps a, driving instructor or a murderer.
Yeah, I always recall when that Graham Taylor documentary was on in the 90s, there's so many other things that people remember from that have gone down into history. But it stands out for me that as soon as Graham Taylor got into his car, he reached into the glove compartment, and he's the only man I've ever seen who kept driving gloves in his glove compartment, and he put them on for that extra purchase on the wheel.
It's very Alan Partridge, isn't it? Patrick, who also donned black-rimmed glasses, was in his element as he showed off his riding skills in the video. The sweet post was met with a plethora of messages from his fans who shared their well wishes on his 82nd birthday. Sir Patrick was without his beloved wife, Sunny Ozell, during the chilled outing.
Yeah, you can't. I remember that used to be a big thing, Sunny Ozell, and then you had to stop drinking it because it was turning kids orange.
Bum bum. But without his beloved wife, and he's 82 years old. Make sure he doesn't have a fall. Patrick has been married 3 times, and he met Sunny back in 2008 whilst filming Macbeth at Brooklyn Academy of Music.
3 times, Chris. I'd say that makes it Patrick's hat trick.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they should say, they give Ulrika Johnson a hard time. You know, they should flag these multi-marriage men as well.
Shame him.
Not that it's anything to be ashamed of. The Coda actor and Sunny tied the knot in 2013. He has 2 children, Daniel and Sophia, from his first marriage with Sheila Falconer, who he divorced in 1990 after 24 years of marriage. Stewart is well known for his role as Captain Jean-Luc Picard, having played the role in Star Trek Picard, Star Trek The Next Generation from 87 to 94, and in the film Star Trek Nemesis 2002, Star Trek First Contact 1996, and Star Trek Generations 1994.
Yeah, if you're wondering, listeners,
of course, IMDb.com.
I was about to say exactly the same. This story was written by the Internet Movie Database.
The thespian also has a storied past with Marvel, dating back decades to when he played the role of Professor Charles Xavier in 2000 film X-Men. He has since reprised the role in 2003's X2 X-Men United and 2009's X-Men Origins Wolverine.
We all remember those. We all remember going to cinema for
Classic.
X2 X-Men United.
that one where X-Men qualify for the Europa League. They can't fight crime on a Thursday evening. I think that's it. But the comments are quite good.
Yeah, we can have a little peek at the comments. Manny70, who's in Perth, Australia, says probably the best ride he's had in a long time.
I think the accent makes it.
Yeah, you using the bawdy humour for which our Australian cousins are well known.
Exactly. Nelly 6869. He needs to be careful. Smiling at that age can be extremely dangerous.
Yeah.
I mean, if that's true, then we're all in trouble.
And Our Time Will Come, a very foreboding name, which suggests that perhaps they should be on a kind of police watch list in London, says, so why is this news?
God, you don't have to comment. Our time will come. And finally, Ricky 1981 from Glasgow says, I like this guy. Happy birthday, Captain.
Yeah, Ricky 1981, there is no place for your sunshine on the Mail Online.
Exactly, right at the bottom of the list. Right, Matt. I understand you've got something for us from the Mirror Online.
I have. And I feel it's a very long time since we spoke about Katie Price. She used to be a mainstay of this podcast.
Yeah. I can barely remember her.
I think the last way, it may not be the last time, but I seem to recall in the early days, we did a story about how she was less entertaining than the Chuckle Brothers following a PA appearance at a student nightclub in North Wales. Should say she's still been in the news a lot recently, but all those stories have been subject to the Contempt of Court Act, so we've not been able to cover them.
We'll gloss over those.
But she's back, and it's headlined: Katie Price's ex, Kris Boyson, has been dating Jamie O'Hara's ex-fiancé for weeks, and I feel this is going to be one of those stories that I find very confusing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to sound like Our Time Will Come, but what's the relevance of this one?
So why is this news?
Exactly.
So we know Katie Price, her ex, Kris Boyson. I mean, I have no idea how many exes that she has had in the time since we last spoke about her, but we will not shame her. Jamie O'Hara, he was a kind of jobbing bottom of the Premier League defender, wasn't he? Who kind of decided to take the reality dollar and then muck around in non-league for a while.
Yeah. That's a fair summary, I think.
It's a fair summary. That's the top of his Wikipedia entry,
Yeah.
which oddly he edited himself.
Wow.
It begins. Katie Price's ex-boyfriend, Kris Boyson, has reportedly been dating Jamie O'Hara's former fiancée, Elizabeth Tierney, for several weeks. Oof. Right, so there's a lot going on here. It has been reported. So, I mean, what we're saying here is the person doing this has got no clue. This is just what it says elsewhere. It has been reported that the personal trainer, 33, and model Elizabeth, 29, have moved in together.
Stone the crows.
No. They grew close as friends, and because Kris is Elizabeth's personal trainer, but it wasn't long before their relationship turned romantic, a source claimed. Elizabeth has moved into Kris's home, so they've already taken their romance to the next level. The trouble is, Jamie and Kris were good friends, so there's an element of betrayal there. No one expected him to move in with Jamie's ex-fiancée. They continued to mail online. Houses he just lifted from elsewhere.
Yeah.
Right, this next line will, let's see if it boggles your mind like it did mine. The Mirror have contacted the representatives of Kris and Elizabeth for comment. How have these people got representatives?
Yeah, I mean, I can perhaps understand Kris Boyson because there've been enough stories about him and Katie Price to give him a certain profile. But the headline itself talked about Jamie O'Hara's ex-fiance and the subhead without naming her. So sort of suggests that she's not a household name by any stretch.
What, Elizabeth Tierney?
Yeah, Elizabeth Tierney.
Yeah, I can't believe she's actually got an agent or a spokesperson, but who knows in this bizarro world in which we live in.
Exactly.
Jamie split from his fiancée for the second time in just over a year in 2019. They had an on-off relationship for a while before splitting for good earlier this year. The footballer and former celebrity Big Brother star took to social media to announce the breakup and talk about getting negativity out of his life. I think we're going to get something pretty eloquent here, Kris. I'm thinking kind of aphorisms on a kind of Friedrich Nietzsche level. I don't know about you.
Okay.
So here we go. And you might want to write this down, listeners, because I think you might want these wise words tattooed upon your body. He said in 2019, when you see fake starving people who hang around with fake friends, you just have to laugh at it.
Fake starving people?
The fake starving people.
Who? Yeah. I don't know.
You know the fake starving people, like they're hanging around the food banks. They're actually doing all right for themselves. They're with the fake friends. They don't get on really, but I have literally no idea what he's talking about here.
Yeah.
He adds, going out with club promoters, single life for me. You are who you surround yourself with. Negativity breeds a negative life.
Now that's quite wise.
Yeah. I imagine that he probably got that from one of his managers when he was playing for like Billericay Town.
Surround yourself with the good guys in the dressing room, Jamie.
Yeah, we're 4-0 down. Negativity breeds a negative life.
Keep a high line.
Yeah. Stick with the people who believe in you and inspire you, not the ones who tear you down and complain about your life.
Yeah.
I mean, I suppose, not sticking with the people who tear you down and complain about your life is probably, good advice. I don't know.
I think it's fair to say Jamie O'Hara would probably not want to go for drinks with, say, you or I.
I mean, I couldn't imagine we'd have a great deal to say to each other. I don't know. Are you listening, Jamie? Get in touch at @barely_pod.
Yeah.
After splitting with her this year, he said they had an amazing 7 years.
Oh, 7-year itch.
7-year itch. Meanwhile, Kris previously dated former glamour model Katie as well as Bianca Gascoigne.
There is there is a little bit of a circuit, isn't there?
There's a little bit of these same sort of people who inhabit this same small bubble. Yes, you're correct. It was even previously reported that Katie tried to meet up with him by messaging him via her daughter Princess's Instagram.
That's an entirely normal way of conducting yourself.
Yeah, definitely. Katie was with personal trainer Kris Boyson from 2018 to 2019 and excitedly announced their engagement live on Loose Women.
We have to.
Oh, dear. It was claimed she used a teenager's account to message him as Carl had access to her own Instagram profile and mobile phone.
Okay.
It's all very murky. A source told The Sun, Katie was messaging Kris when she was telling everyone she was madly in love with Carl. He never replied to her, though. However, he later addressed the rumours and said, "We're not together anymore. I wish her all the best." I do miss our family life together, though. There are no hard feelings, just one of those things. I'm single and I'm starting to put myself back out there. So who knows?
Oh, well, maybe a little bit of optimism at the end.
Yeah, that's it. And if you want to read more, the top link is Katie Price's holiday highlights over the years, from bare boobs in waterfalls to bum grabbing.
Yeah, I mean, you can really get a full picture of her there.
Hey, Chris.
Hey, Matt.
I would love now to finish the show off with a verbatim report of something that happened on a daytime quiz show. Would perchance there be something on offer?
Yeah, you're very much in luck. This is from the Sun Online, and the headline is "Seeing Double. Tipping Point viewers seriously distracted as EastEnders legend," in quotes, makes game show debut.
I see that the EastEnders legend is in quotes. It makes me wonder if this isn't EastEnders legend.
Well, let's just check.
It's a bit like when a pub has a sign outside saying that it serves fine fare, and it's in it's in quote marks. I think, how fine is that fare going to be?
You start to stroke your chin skeptically. Tipping Point viewers were left seriously distracted after an EastEnders legend made their game show debut.
Okay.
During Monday night's instalment of the ITV game show, fans were convinced that a soap star was one of the 4 players taking part.
I mean, it's not beyond the realms of possibility, I guess.
Yeah. At the start of the episode, Ross, Carol, Glenn, and Becky introduced themselves to those watching at home. Within seconds, many rushed to Twitter to share how much they thought Carol looked like Shirley Carter from EastEnders, who was played by actress Linda Henry.
Well, I do not know Shirley Carter from EastEnders, but I do have access to pictures of both the contestant and her, and I would say no.
Yeah, it's not the greatest lookalike, but there's still more to come. Also, I want to find out how many is actually many in this case. One tweeted, "Carol is Shirley from EastEnders." A second said, "Bloody hell, thought it was celebrity #tipping point. Shirley from EastEnders."
I mean, if it was celebrity tipping point and it was Shirley from EastEnders, that is not a great booking, is it?
I don't know. You feel a little bit, you'd be hoping that the other 3 would kind of, raise the average a little bit. Meanwhile, others were seriously distracted by another contestant's appearance.
Okay.
Viewers of the ITV show thought that player Glenn looked a lot like another very famous celebrity. Many took to Twitter to share that they think he looks like disgraced entertainer Rolf Harris, 92.
Wow. Now, on the one hand, that would take up the level of fame of the celebrity on there. But on the other, I would say he would be an unlikely booking, given he's in prison. And I know you can get out for like funerals, but I don't know whether you get dispensation for celebrity tipping point.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure how much pull Ben Shepherd has with Her Majesty's prison service. Yeah, it would be. I think it would be get some complaints as well. I feel like the tide of popular opinion is somewhat gone against Rolf.
Yeah, I think if Rolf Harris appeared on Celebrity Tipping Point, having got special dispensation from the Home Secretary to leave prison to appear on it, there would be a different headline on this story.
Yes. One wrote on Twitter, thought that was Rolf Harris at first glance, #tipping points. And Rolf Harris currently on #tipping points, another said on the social media platform. A third joked, bloody hell, thought it was celebrity #tipping point, Shirley from EastEnders and Rolf Harris.
It should be said, there's a little picture of the guy on here, and he's half Rolf Harris's age, isn't he? His hair's a little Rolfish like, and he's got glasses.
Yeah, but I think not to underplay obviously the seriousness of what Rolf Harris has been imprisoned for. It feels like a slightly odd an odd thing to turn up.
Yes, yeah. We do not wish to downplay the nature of his crimes, merely to point out the absurdity in this story.
Exactly.
Ooh, that was a serious moment.
Sorry, yeah. Once in a while. #tipping point airs on ITV.
Yep.
And that's it. So, two people on the show who kind of, if you squint and you willfully suspend all disbelief, possibly look like a couple of famous people.
Yeah.
One of whom is not that famous.
Not really famous. Not really famous. I mean, if you went to a car boot sale and you found behind a trestle table selling old copies of the Reader's Digest, I don't think you'd clock her.
I mean, that's but there's only one way to find out.
Oh, well, I think that's probably it for the latest episode, Kris. But it's at this point that traditionally I turn to you and say, Kris Beckett, if people wish to engage with the Barely Contained brand in the social arena, how on earth would they go about doing that?
Oh, listeners, it's too hot. Save yourself.
Yeah.
It's going to be 36 degrees. I mean, who's got time to be, scrolling around, looking up this sort of nonsense? But if you do go inside and you're keeping cool, why not go to Facebook, Barely Contain the podcast, or you can engage with us more directly by going to our Twitter feed, which is @barely_pod.
Yes, and when you've done that, a very good use of your time, I would suggest, would be to go to the podcatcher on which you have listened to this episode, be that Apple or Google or Amazon or Spotify or whatever floats your boat. Give us a review. And don't be too honest. Just give us 5 stars and subscribe. That would be
called a podcast.
Yeah. Yes, and we'll be back in probably a couple of weeks' time, I'd say.
Yeah, I'd say that's the batting average.
Yeah, absolutely. Until then, thank you for listening, and Kris Beckett, thank you for talking.
Yeah, cheers, Matt. Take care. Stay cool.
Bye-bye.
Bye.